Alright guys, we're back. It is the afternoon of the next day. Dash is taking a nap, so we're back out here in the garage. Ended up taking the oil drain line, return line, taking it off the truck and getting it cleaned up. The gasket kind of was all stuck to it and everything. Got this adapter switched over to the new turbo. Oil drains bolted up to the new turbo with the new gasket. Pulled the old downpipe off the truck, so we are... Hey, Lehman. Buddy. You shake? You shake? I'm not ignoring you, buddy. I'm not ignoring you, no. I'm ignoring you. Anyways, we're ready to go. We're ready to get this thing on there. Let's get after it. Unhook the oil drain, get the turbo on. I didn't want to have to do it this way because that oil drain is not in a fun spot to try and get to. Okay. That oil drain will just have to come back from underneath the truck and get him lined back up. I might be able to pull the oil filter off and get it from up here. Okay. That was harder than it should have been. Get this compressor side hooked up here. Pull our pluggy drags out here. Ended up having to loosen up the turbo to the turbine housing a little bit to get it clocked right to where it would go on those studs. But it was only off a few degrees there. This V-band back on this compressor discharge. That's a small win right there, boys. I ended up loosening this one down here so I could tilt that elbow a little bit. Get him tightened back up. Alright. We got the charge air side together. Tighten these bolts back up holding the turbo to the turbine housing. Okay. Turbo feed. It's not the right way. Oh, actually I don't want to hook that up yet. I'm going to leave that unhooked until I get the oil drain connected, and then I'm going to dump some oil in there, make sure this is good and lubricated. Alright, I got the turbo to the exhaust manifold tightened up. Got the discharge of the compressor tightened up. I got to get something figured out with this oil drain, get it hooked up, hook up the oil feed, and then we're ready for the downpipe. I think what I'm going to do is pull off the oil filter real quick. That ought to give me some pretty decent access to this oil return.
weeks now. Like always, wanted to drive the truck for a while, make sure everything was going to go good before we wrap things up. But so far this thing's been a dream. Makes all the turbo noises. Turbo noises sound amazing. I don't know if there was something wrong with the HX35 or not. By rights, this turbo should spool well, but it shouldn't spool faster than stock. But it most certainly does. This thing spools a million times faster. More boost in all situations. Cruising boost is up. Obviously, boost under load is way up. The HX35 would hit about 38 pounds of boost under full load. This thing will hit 50 pounds of boost at 3/4 throttle. And once that wastegate opens up, it just sounds fucking amazing. EGTs are down across the board. Cruising EGTs, park throttle EGTs, pulling hill, all that stuff. This thing has just been a dream. I can't believe I waited so long to upgrade turbos. It just more power through the whole RPM range, peak power, way better. I'll see if I can't get a clip before I get to work, but the visible emissions, smoke out of the exhaust, is down quite a bit. Still a pretty good puff when I first lay into it, but then it's down to just a light haze. After that, kind of similar to before I did the delivery valves. So that's awesome. I haven't done any tuning on it yet. I've just been driving it with how it was. I think with some fine tuning I can have it down to not having very much smoke, but still having way more power than with the old turbos. So what else can I say? It's a good unit. That's how they should have come from the factory. This thing runs awesome. It pulls way better in the higher RPMs. So like before, I think I mentioned that anything over about 3,000 RPM, you could just hear that the engine was getting choked up. The drive pressures were going through the roof. Sounds way healthier on the top end now. It runs out good to like 3,500 RPM. That's really as far as I've taken it. You can kind of feel the truck fall off a little bit after that, but I would say for a daily driving turbo, this is going to be hard to beat. You know, a truck that pulls a trailer all the time with just some light fueling upgrades. EGTs can still get pretty high if you're not paying attention right now, but I think if I'd left the delivery valves out and just ran it how it was before, you'd be looking at a really reliable and hard-working truck, you know, to pull a trailer or whatever and just drive every day. But it definitely came to life with those delivery valves and this turbo. Huge difference. So we look forward to getting some more videos of getting our money out of the upgrades and making more turbo noises and stuff. But that's going to wrap this one up, guys. Thanks for coming to visit again, and as always, catch you on the next one. Alright, real quick before I get to work here, let's do this same 1500 RPM on up from there, pull. I'll try and catch the exhaust smoke and the boost and EGTs. We are going up a hill, and this thing's no rocket ship. She boogies a lot better than she did. Busy trying to do all that with one hand, but hopefully that gives a little peek at how it runs now. We'll have to get some driving clips and put some miles on it so you guys can see how it does. But yeah, Super 9 HX35 Super 9 from Savage Fab. You can get them through Power Driven Diesel. I'm super impressed so far. But all right, for real this time. See you later.